Hi, I'm Bo Lewis with musicscenemedia, and I'm here today with Cheap Perfume. And first, I just kind of want to give you guys a second to introduce yourselves and tell us who Cheap Perfume is.
Sorry, my voice is a little messed up, but I'm Stephanie. I'm the lead singer.
And I'm Jane No. I play guitar and co-sing.
I'm Jeff Brent, play bass.
Okay, well, introductions are out of the way, the fun part. Now shall we begin? Okay, sort of just icebreaker questions. Out of any song in history, which one do you wish you had written and why?
Ah, that's a big one. Oh,
I like starting off hard but easy at the same time.
I
okay.
like when they're hard. I like having to think about it.
Maybe Tiny Dancer. I just think that song's really magical.
Okay,
We like to
that's a
sing
good
it
answer.
to warm up too.
That's so good. Every every time I hear that song, I think of Almost Famous, that movie. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is. It's like it's song all around, but the almost famous part of it's good too.
like that's the reason why I got into music journalism is because of that movie. So I love that song. So I.
Cool.
Anybody else have any songs?
Mine
I
would
mean,
be
Space.
Space. mine would be "Hit 'Em Up" by Tupac because
Fuck
I,
yeah.
I just love being a huge hater, and that's like the most epic levels of hater to ever be.
Um, I guess so when I was a teenager, I was really obsessed with the album Live Through This from Hole. So maybe Violet, I think that's just the perfect song. And it's so angry and loud um and it was really formative for me.
That's a great. Those are such great answers. Mine's so basic. Every time.
Do you have one on ready right
Uh,
now?
the first one that comes to my mind is Minority from Green Day because it's my favorite song, so that's always what I always answer to. But those are such good questions, such good answers, though. I cannot help. I already know that I love this, so okay.
We always talk about doing like a whole like Halloween show where we play like that whole album,
That
which
would be awesome.
I think would be really fun someday when we don't barely have time to practice our own songs, so that's like a big endeavor. But
Yeah, because didn't you guys? I'm pretty sure y'all just performed a show yesterday or last night or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I was saying I was watching y'all's story, obviously, and all the videos. I was like, I wish I was there so bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
Where do
yeah.
you
but
We had a lot of fun, but it was like a 3-day festival, and that's our second festival weekend in a row. So we're all a little wiped out.
yeah, I'm
Obviously,
because
really
y'all
talk. So
because y'all did Punk in the Park, didn't y'all?
yeah,
And how was that?
it's so fun. It's so fun. Like there's just like I think my favorite part of all of it is being able to just like connect with like those young people, and there's just like so many cool young people that are like so ready to change shit, and that's like such a neat, like thing to see.
Yeah,
That-
we had fun. We had a lot of friends there, a lot of buddies out in the audience, and we were the first band of the day, but I think there was a pretty good crowd out there, and I appreciated being able to, especially because there was like some controversy surrounding it, being able to share our message of like anti-Trump, anti-ICE, and be able to speak about that on stage, and to have the forum to say that. Not that we are ever shy about talking about those things in most of our shows, if not all. But it was a good opportunity to bring it up.
yeah, definitely. Because I knew I was following all the controversy with it, and then I saw you guys were playing. I was like, I really wish I had been there to see because I'm actually going to my first punk festival, Muddy Roots, next month, and I'm so excited for that. But
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
man.
Playing at that.
Uh, I'm excited because the Casualties is playing, and I got an interview with them.
that's
Oh, cool.
I know, I'm so excited for that. I can fanboy over it.
It's awesome.
Okay.
Festivals are like, we play so many shows, and then it's like, for like 2 months a year, we play outside in the middle of the day, and it's just like, it's weird. I kind of like it because it's just a different challenge, you know? The environments are different from most of the shows we play. And I mean, I definitely prefer kind of playing smaller shows at night to the festival stuff, but I just like it's nice to kind of break up the thing, you know, and
Yeah.
do something different like that.
Yeah.
And honestly, like uh totally different people come, you know. So it's like good to play for new people and I don't know. I think some people just like love going to stuff like that and don't love going to the places we normally play. So it's cool to like reach new people.
hmm
And that's important a lot, especially in the punk community, of being able to reach out to that new audience. And honestly, that's how I got into punk, and that's how a lot of my friends have gotten into punk, is just by sort of finding these bands at these festivals and stuff like that. So I'm really happy to hear that.
Yeah.
So I guess I have to move on to my next question. Another fun one. If Cheap Perfume had to cover any non-punk song, what would you guys pick?
Can we talk about the one we
Oh,
recorded
it-
last year?
Yeah.
Sorry, Stephanie, go ahead.
no, you can talk better than me.
No, that is not true. Oh, I guess your voice is kind of shot, but well, one fun song we recorded for a compilation last year, but it's still not out and we haven't heard anything about it. We did get paid to record it, but we recorded 9 to 5 from Dolly Parton. But we did it in like a punk style and that was a blast. So we got to put our own spin on it.
That sounds, I cannot, I hope that comes out soon because I'm from Tennessee. So any Dolly Parton song too, I'm just like, I need this. Oh, okay. Well, I know the first thing I'm going to be listening to as soon as it comes out. Any other songs?
I have like ideas for cover songs like constantly.
Yes.
Song a song that I really want to play that would not sound good if we played it, but it's just a really fun song to play is Grooves in the Heart um
Oh,
by D-Light. Uh,
You could-
that's like kind of my song I play on bass at the house. I really want to hear Stephanie sing it. But
I would be so excited to hear that too. Yeah. And
next
listen,
practice, Steph, let's
I don't
work
know,
on it.
play a Taylor Swift song. I don't know. I don't know. I like them all, but I think it'd be really fun to cover a Taylor Swift song.
that would be awesome. We need another Pop Goes Punk album so bad. So I think I can, yeah, we need this. Y'all got to work on this.
That would
Is
be
all
fun.
I'm saying.
Get it together, guys.
Need a new product.
So sort of following on with the song stuff, I know Cheap Perfume owes karaoke big time for bringing sort of the band together, specifically Jane and Stephanie. So I gotta ask, what are y'all go-to karaoke song?
Oh, so I often will do Hit Me With Your Best Shot from Pat Benatar.
She's
Okay.
that one. Um, I feel like I'll do a lot of Paramore, but sometimes I like to do Carrie Underwood, that like Before He Cheats song. That's really funny.
Yeah.
I usually do the Humpty Dance by Digital Underground if I'm feeling rappy, and if I'm feeling singy, then I'll do usually Wanted Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi. Um,
Yeah, you're good at that one.
I
If
used
I
to do I Believe in a Thing Called Love all the time, but
Oh,
like in recent years, I cannot actually pull it off anymore, and it makes me sad. So
really,
yeah.
oh,
I tried to do it twice because I was like, maybe that first time I was bad at it was I was just having a rough one and I couldn't sing it the second time either. So
I think I just
So-
realized that one of the it might have been that first time when Stephanie and I did karaoke together. I think we did Waterfalls
Yep.
from TLC with our friend Jessie.
Really? That I would have loved to have been in the room hearing that. That would be sound so good. Mm. That sort of falls into the next sort of question I had, which was, are you guys more of a show-off performer at karaoke or more of just keeping it funny and loose kind of performer at karaoke?
Why not both?
Yeah.
True.
I like can't do karaoke without like I mean if you've ever seen Cheap Perfume play the way Stephanie runs around, that's kind of how I have to like do karaoke or else I just have like too much like anxiety about people looking at me. So I just kind of run around. It maybe looks show offy, but it's more like me distracting myself from the fact that I'm doing karaoke.
Yeah, I'm the same way on that, so I understand that completely.
Oh my
I
God, Willow, remember, or Jane, remember when we tried to do All I Want for Christmas Is You? That song is not easy to
no,
sing.
I don't remember that, and it's probably best.
Famously not an easy song to sing.
No, it's not. What were you thinking?
I I feel like that was before people really like talked about it as much as they do now, that song. And I was just like, I love this song, let's sing it. And then we got our asses kicked by that one.
Yeah. I I think
That
I show off a little bit like I did the that song from Dirty Dancing. I've had the time of my life with my friend Ben once, and I made him do the thing where I run and jump into his arms. It wasn't graceful.
But it was cool, I bet.
Yeah.
it would have been so much fun. That song I can never get out of my head, so I avoid to listen to it at all cost. Which I've never even seen Dirty Dancing, so I don't know where I heard it for the first time or hated it for the first time. But
I
man,
hope it's not stuck in your head now that I just sang a little bit of it.
no, it'll be okay. I'll drown it out later. Okay, so it's sort of going into, well, y'all's new album and the releases that's coming out. The track Woke Mind Virus has been out for a little over a month now. And on y'all's Instagram, you had a poll of who hated it, loved it, liked it, and all that. 75% of them people said that they loved it. And how have you guys gotten that same reaction from playing it live since?
Good question.
Ooh, that's an interesting question because we were talking yesterday about how that song in particular, we don't feel like we've really like dialed it in. Um, and this album is different from anything else we've put out because all of our other albums, the songs we've been playing for a long time and had played them live a lot. And this album, like more than half the album, like are songs that we've never played before and that we were like kind of just cranked out at the beginning of the year. Um, so it's like we went and we recorded them and then we haven't really been playing them until we put them out. So we only started playing Woke Mind Virus like a month ago, and like so we played it 4 times now live, and um, it's very specific. Like it has to find like a very exact groove that like we're still kind of like working around. I would say now. I mean, people seem to really like it. I've definitely seen people singing it already, and that's great. But like for us, I'm like we could play it better than we have so far. But that's what we're going to be practicing for the next 2 months.
Okay.
Maybe we should use a metronome because I feel like the tempo has just been all over the place.
Yeah, that's kind of that's the problem we've had with it, I think, has been like finding the right tempo. And so anyway, by the next time someone hears it, it's going to sound great and they're going to be so excited.
Well, that's awesome. Everyone can look forward to that, honestly. Because I know I loved it. So
Good.
I haven't heard it live though. unfortunately, besides the videos that has been posted. But I know I was one of the people that said that they loved it. So
Good.
Aw.
I'm one of the people that said I love Cybertrucks.
I was wondering
Did you?
who had actually said that, because there
That
is,
was
I
just
think,
gonna be funny.
whenever I think it was like 7% of people have said that. So and I was like, who would say this? Now I know. Okay.
Willow's trying to mess up my polls.
Okay. So Jane, you had described Woke Mind Virus as the manifesto for the album coming out. How would you place your latest single release, Down to Riot?
Mm. Um, we feel like that song is sort of our call to action because over the past several years, it's just, I feel like things are getting worse and worse. Fascism is getting worse and worse. And there's so many things that happen every single day where I'm like, why aren't we in the streets? And like, we go to protests and everything, but sometimes it feels really it's not meaningless because it's not meaningless, but like the ruling class isn't listening to that. They don't care that we're in the streets. So I just feel like we can't just have like these planned protests where everyone sticks to the sidewalks and doesn't break any laws and like hugs cops or whatever. Like people, we need to like take direct action where we break some laws and we make people actually uncomfortable. And maybe that means starting an actual riot. But basically it's just like us talking about um the plight of the working class, I guess, and just what it's like to watch billionaires, more and more billionaires are being created and hoarding all the wealth. And the working class is things are getting harder and harder, and it's getting it's getting harder just to survive. So that's what that song's about. And it's just about feeling like let's get into the streets and fuck shit up.
I condone that message,
And
honestly, because that, uh, like, Down to Riot has been my favorite song so far of the release. Obviously, I haven't heard all of it yet, but that's one of my favorites. And I specifically heard that song whenever I was getting ready to go to a a small little protest thing between me and my friends. We were gonna go do something around our town, and I heard that song. I was like, "Yeah, let's put this on our playlist. Let's go." Which
yay.
Yay.
it's sort of circling back to the Cybertruck. Actually, we had been skating at the park, and we had seen a Cybertruck, and we were like, we just want to mess with him because he's getting his pickleball stuff out of his car. We're like, so we put full blast. It's okay to punch Nazis in, and we just drove by twice by him. And
Yes.
listen,
That's kind
y'all
of
have been
what
on my playlist for a while.
Those are like my favorite stories, I think, and like people were sending us videos of people playing that, like protests in Chicago, and um, I mean that's like so cool because that's like what the songs are for,
Yeah.
and that's like that's crazy to see it like in real life, to me personally. I'm just like, wow, this is like exactly what we wanted, kind of.
Like, have y'all gone through TikTok and seen all the TikToks to y'all's songs specifically?
I
I,
haven't in a while, but we have before, and it's like we don't really understand TikTok super well, so it's like sort of funny. But it's like really, really cool. People are so cool and creative, and like, yeah, it's neat to be a part of people's coolness.
Yeah. It's really cool, especially, of course, I'm not an artist or a musician, so I don't know that feeling, but I could definitely imagine how good it could feel about seeing something that you put work into and seeing people take that message to heart and put it into their own lives. Hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, like it's one of the weirder ones, and it's really crazy. And it's like sometimes I'm like, whoa, people care. That's weird. Um, but like, not because I mean, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of good stuff to stand behind that. So
Now, sort of, I'm sorry, sort of going into this album, what differences between this upcoming album and your previous albums can fans expect to hear, given the radical changes in the world since your last album, Burn It Down?
Mm,
I have something to say, but Stephanie, I feel like I'm talking way more than you.
I can't really talk very well. It's okay. You should.
I feel like when you compare it to the other ones, this one's more about like anti-capitalism and more like class consciousness than the previous ones if you look at topics, but that's not the only topic that we did in there. It's not like a concept of album or anything, but we do talk a lot just about how capitalism causes pretty much all of the problems. And in fact, the first song on there is called Probably It's Capitalism, to kind of kick off this idea. And Stephanie usually says on stage when we play that song, like, um, something like, this song's called Probably It's Capitalism, because if you have a problem, it was probably caused by capitalism. So that might be one difference. We've always talked shit about capitalism, but it's maybe more prominent on this one.
Mhm.
What else?
It sounds really good. And the other sounded
Super obvious
good,
love song on it.
but it's like, yeah, like this is like really, really clean and well done.
Well, fans, I'm sure, I know I've seen a lot of people be really excited about it, even if it just being announced today. I've seen a lot of people talking about it, and I'm really excited for y'all and excited to hear it, honestly.
We're excited to show you.
I'm so ready for everybody to hear it. It's like so hard sitting on a whole album for 6 months after you're done, you know? Like,
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. I'll definitely have it pre-ordered, probably by this evening. So I'll be excited for it.
We appreciate that.
Thank you. So, feminism is core to y'all's identity as a band. How do you approach activism as artists specifically?
Hmm. I think one thing that Willow and I have really tried to work on over the last 10 years is like making the ideas like concise, or just like maybe making it so that like people can like relate to it. Because I think that that's like, you know, a big part of being able to like get excited about stuff like that is yeah, people having like, I guess everybody can relate to the shithole that we're all in right now, but you know, like giving people something that they feel like they can also be passionate about.
Yeah, and I think when we started writing these songs in 2015, which is when we formed, it wasn't really,
Yoda.
huh?
Sorry, Yoda's like freaking out right now.
Uh-oh.
Yoda, chill. She's just barking at another dog.
Oh, we don't hear. His dog, he has a French bulldog named Yoda.
Oh, that's a great name. I have my cat Sesame over in the corner, so
Mm.
That's cute. Oh yeah, so when we formed in 2015, Stephanie and I were really relating over talking about feminism, but that was before like Trump rose to power, and so like he was in the news, I guess, but
We didn't
I
think it was actually gonna happen.
yeah, we didn't think it was going to happen. And a lot of people, I think, just acted like we were being dramatic. Oh, like I think that many people thought that we were in like a post-sexism world back then. I know, so we would talk about these issues, and it maybe wasn't until like Trump got elected when a lot of people are like, wait, there's a sexist can be elected as our president. I guess we're not living in it. I guess we do need feminism. And we're like, yeah, that's
yeah.
what we're saying.
And that I feel like that's definitely how, of course, y'all sound amazing, so that easily is a part too. Why so many people cling to y'all's band also is because y'all are so vocal about all these things, and sometimes people don't feel like they have a voice, and they see y'all having a voice, and it helps a lot. So I can speak on behalf of a lot of people. Thank y'all for that. A lot of people need that.
Thank you. And I think that it's like one of my favorite things to remind people about, or like talk to people about, especially like when I meet them at our shows, is that like everybody has different places in the revolution. And so, you know, in like different jobs, and that like it's like so great for our again, I mean, it's like, you know, it's like everybody has their medium that is like their way that they can contribute to like their community and be a part of the conversation. And so it's like it's so cool that we get this like rock star way of doing it, but every way is important, and so we're just as like grateful for you back.
Yeah, because a lot of the times we'll talk about how we see our music as activism. We don't want to like stop there, but we do see our music as activism. So yeah, just encouragement to anybody who creates anything, because everybody's a creative. Like no matter what you're creating and doing, like that can be your activism. It doesn't have to be protesting in the streets. We do that too, but
Sorry.
also
Sorry, she's really freaked. Go ahead. Sorry. I'm sorry.
we also um so I think like making art of any kind can be activism. Um, but sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it all feels kind of helpless. Like, is anything I am saying or doing making a difference? And so that's when I tell myself to lean into like mutual aid in the community, and and then of course taking direct action, like making people uncomfortable.
And that, like, definitely everyone needs a soundtrack for a revolution. That it has been for generations, has been like that, and y'all are part of it, and it's great. Okay, sort of speaking on that activism part of y'all, how do you handle that emotional burnout, either from the political nature of your music or the pressure of being that outspoken?
I think that there's been a lot of like work throughout the years on realizing that like you want to talk to people as much as you can at shows and stuff, but it's also like saving yourself a little bit for the actual show and making sure that they like you can do what they actually came here to do, and you're not so even like, you know, burnt out by the time you even started. So I think that it is just like it's understanding our own self boundaries, and we've gotten pretty communicative about it. That if like somebody's like overwhelmed or like having like a rough time, everybody's really good at like helping to pick up the slack. So
Yeah.
I think it's
So
more,
what'd you say there, Stephanie?
I think it's teamwork.
Oh, yeah.
It's part of it.
Yeah. Um, I think, yeah, if you need any space like before or after a show, I think we're all kind of honoring of that. Like I just need some alone time for a while to prepare. You know, we do still get nervous to go on stage. So sometimes that can mean needing some like quiet time beforehand. Um, and then also, something else I've heard friends and bands talk about that's so real is like the post-show crash. I know I definitely experienced this where like your adrenaline gets so high, and like there's so many emotions and you're talking to so many people, which is awesome and we love that. And believe me, like I'm not complaining. We want to talk to people. Like we appreciate when people actually take the time to come up and like tell us like good show or things like that. So I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying it takes a lot of energy. And so then yeah, I just need a lot of time afterward to be alone. Like in the days following a show, not necessarily after the show itself. But it does take a few days for me to feel like regulated again.
Same.
Um, I'm sorry, I just got distracted. This is gonna be a really fun thing for your interview. But
It's okay.
I just got distracted by realizing that uh the post I made announcing our album that we've been waiting 3 months to post. Today I put the wrong album art up. So
Good.
yeah, I put the old one up, or like I put the like mock-up one up. So anyway, I'm just trying to fix that real quick.
It's fine.
I
It's
didn't
okay.
notice.
I was kind of like wondering about that, Jeff, but I was like, maybe it's like supposed to be, like a little different. So
No,
that's why I didn't say anything.
nope, sure wasn't.
Whoopsie.
I didn't notice.
It's okay. We
Whoopsie
can cut this
daisy.
out.
We also like literally, and this is really just bad planning on my part, but we were like had a other interview at like exactly at noon, which is exactly when we were supposed to do that. So I scheduled it, and I was like, I know I did something wrong here. I can't wait to see what it is, and just the wrong album art. It's fine.
Big.
So anyway, have you ever interviewed a
I said,
band who had just posted the wrong album art for their new album?
No, y'all are actually my second ever interview. So,
Oh,
Oh, that's neat.
and so here's Sesame for
"Kiss me, you're
since we're
so
cutting this
cute."
part out.
How many mittens are they wearing?
Oh, oh, 3. She likes playing with my headphones, so I'm getting out. She is a little okay. she she likes playing with paper too, so I'm gonna try and Mel's gonna cut all this out, so that's okay. Okay, so we good to go through the rest of the questions, or
yeah.
okay, cat. Okay, cat. She's just gonna be playing with paper doing this. So okay,
I can't hear it or anything.
okay, good. She's playing with sticky notes. Okay, but so sort of going back into the more fun question. What non-musical influences have shaped y'all's sound or lyrics? That could be books, films, or personal experiences.
Mm.
I mean, DTR like DTF, but like not. That's what I got. Hmm. I mean, I feel like it's definitely like whatever's going on in the news, or just like, it's very easy. It's gotten like almost too easy to write about the current political situation. Like it's starting now to be so ridiculous, and like you're just like, this can't fucking be real life that our president's posting stuff like that. So I think the internet as a whole is an inspiration.
Yeah.
Me.
Like maybe this is too obvious, but I think like my women's studies classes in college really shaped like how I see feminism and see the world through that filter. So that is like an early influence for me. I don't know, bell hooks books. And yeah, definitely the news.
Dang. I don't even know. That's a good question. Yeah, a lot of good questions.
I know.
Thank you.
Um, I guess non-music. I'm gonna skip that one. I'm sorry. I was I'm still getting out of my head about this whole Instagram snafu.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And now
It
I'm
can be
like,
music.
I know there's like so many books that I could cite, and yeah, I'm just spacing.
It can be music too, if it's inspired you, because I know
I mean,
music has
this
inspired me a lot. So.
music is like just like so much of my life, really. That like I work in music, and I mean that's like probably 90% of my not working time is spent at shows too. So it's like I'm like, I don't really, what else do I do? I mean, I ride my bike a lot, which is like inspirational in a way, in a different way. Um but I mean, I don't know, like a lot of old movies, maybe. I don't have a very good answer. That's the
That's
best I got for you. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Music is most of my influence too. Obviously, y'all see the wall behind me. So most of everything I do is music related, especially this. So I understand that completely. Okay. So this last question is a little bit of a harder question. I will warn you all on this one. So the punk scene has throughout history excluded persons of color, LGBTQIA plus, and women specifically from its lineup of artists and the fans. From an insider's perspective, how hard was it to sort of get into this scene?
Hmm. I don't know if it was ever hard because I think that we were like at the start and so excited to just be doing it that like it was kind of one of those like it's not to say like we haven't heard, you know, like criticism or had like that like a discriminatory situation happen to us. But I think that we kind of always were just like fuck that and we kept going, which is kind of exactly where the title for our album came from. Um, so I think that it's like again, it's not to say that it hasn't happened, but like I can't think of anything that ever made us back away or like be like maybe we shouldn't do this or are we like making the wrong choices. And so if it ever seemed hard, it wasn't too hard, I guess, because we kept going.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't feel like it's really been that hard to do. You know, we'll get some threats here and there, people saying they're going to come to our show and like, I don't know, commit violence or something, but it's not frequent. And when I read like Rebel Girl from Kathleen Hanna, she talks a lot about how in the early days of Bikini Kill, I mean, it was like constant violence threats. People would come to their show
Mhm.
with like chains. And so I feel like a lot of maybe a big reason that we haven't like faced a lot of that some like Stephanie said but not like a ton is because of like these bands that came before us that kind of paved the way
Mhm.
for that. Yeah.
Josh, is there anything you'd like to add?
I guess it's just like I feel like it's like not necessarily like hard to be part of it. It's kind of just like you just have to do it. I don't know. I guess not really like necessarily something that I feel like we like tried to do. I I, I was just talking to Jane about this, but it's kind of like I feel like we never really like set out to do anything specifically. We just kind of like have kept going and things happen, you know? But we've always just kind of like there's never been like a long term or really even short term plan. It's just kind of been like go, here we go, you know? This is what we feel like we should be doing right now. Here it is, kind of thing.
Yeah,
And that's where a lot of the best bands come from, I definitely feel like, is from that stuff. And like you had said, like Bikini Kill and stuff, a lot of those bands paved the way for you guys specifically, and then a bunch of these bands that's coming up. And how does that feel for you guys to see possibly these bands that are seeing you guys do all this amazing stuff and want to do the same thing behind you guys?
that's like the best feeling is when we learn about like younger people or people of color or LGBTQIA plus people who are doing this. And one I think one thing that's really important, like, you know, say back when Bikini Kill was playing, you know, in the 90s, I mean, they're still playing, but in the 90s, they were facing a lot of like in-person, you know, threats and violence. Well, now you get it on the internet and there's like so much out there. So you're gonna get hate on the internet. We do. You have to just like try to ignore it and not read, you know, if you know like we do read the comments. I'm not saying that we don't, but you just have to keep going and reconnect with your why, like your WHY. Why are you doing this? And that's going to keep you going even when there's haters.
Well, that's a great message, honestly. Sort of, I wanted to give the last couple of minutes for the interview because we're running out of time, unfortunately, of y'all giving that message to younger people that may be just getting into the punk scene, either because of y'all or for other things going on in the world, more specifically. Just sort of that inspirational message for them and advice or something, if y'all would like to.
Hmm.
Like mine's like I'm just like be yourself. I'm like so cheesy, but kind of like actually just kind of like follow follow your heart, man. Like, but actually, really, that's it.
Well, that's the most punk thing you can do is be yourself, honestly. So
Stephanie is really like the advice pro. I feel like. If,
I mean, I feel like it's like we are like super lucky to be able to talk to so many young people, and especially like for me it's really special to talk to young queer people, because I know like growing up, like I was pretty confused about where I belonged, and that was always pretty difficult. And I think that like I know that that's a lot of people who get into music is you know, it's like that is such a belonging thing. And I do like think genuinely when you can actually convince somebody and make sure that they know that they do belong, that's such a different way for them to go out into the world. And we're really lucky to be able to do stuff like that for people. I think that like young people seeing us on stage, a lot of times people are like, you know, like, I don't believe I could ever do that. And it's like, I didn't believe that I could ever do it per se. I didn't believe we would be doing anything that we're doing now. And like, here we are. And so it's like, you know, I guess it's like your only limit really is yourself. And I know it's like easier said than done, but it's just like the point of like keeping going is really important because it gets better. And because we need people.
Yeah.
well,
I will just say as someone who's had like anxiety and depression my whole life, but I manage it in a lot of great ways. There's so much like even if you're afraid of something and even if you have anxiety, I say like do it anyway. We don't get up on stage because we always feel so great and we're not afraid of it. We do it because we are afraid of it. Um, so maybe that sounds cheesy too, like do something that scares you every day. But it's also true, like it scares us and you do it anyway, despite maybe wanting to throw up ahead of time. And then maybe you even do throw up, but you did it. And then there's no better feeling.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, it's crazy to me that I actually uh hear other bands sometimes like say that like they were inspired by us, or it's also like I don't think necessarily any of us ever feel like we've been in a band for 10 years. But I mean, you know, I went to so many shows growing up and it's just like was inspired by so many people, and I know like how like cool of a feeling that is, and just for people to say that they've gotten that from us is like the most meaningful thing
Mm-hmm.
to me. And honestly just kind of blows my mind every time I hear it. Like I'm like, do I don't even know if I believe that. but but even if I don't, thanks for saying it, you know.
and I'm feeling inspired. Those are great words from all of y'all. So y'all should pat yourselves on the back for that. Honestly, that was really good messages.
Mm-hmm.
So we ran out of time, but Don't Care, Don't Ask is coming out October 3rd, correct,
Mm-hmm.
everybody? Okay. And so be sure to pre-order that and all that stuff. And I'm really excited to hear it. And y'all put a lot of work into it. So everyone needs to go check it out as soon as it comes out. But this was Cheap Perfume. It was great talking to you guys.
It
I
was so
thank
fun talking
y'all.
to you.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much.
y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed all the questions, my hard and funny questions.
No, we did. Thank you very much for like fun discussion.
Thank you. Well, I hope you all had fun, and we should probably go ahead and end this now.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice to meet you.
Yeah, it was really good to meet
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Y'all have a
Bye.
great day.